Hello, today I'm going to be doing another Christmas tag. I know I've already done one Christmas tag, but as I mentioned in that one, there is a group that I'm in on Facebook that is a Vlogmas group, and they have all agreed to do this Christmas tag and upload it today on the 10th, so I'm joining in. There's only one question that's the same as the last one, the rest of them are all different, so this should be fun. Question 1, what is your favourite Christmas movie? Obviously this is the question that was in the other one, and if you've watched that video, my favourite Christmas movie is The Holiday. I just love it. I just think it's such a romantic film. But yeah, so I won't go into too much detail about that because I've already talked about it. My favourite Christmas film is The Holiday. Do you have a favourite Christmas song? I'm going to be really cliche and say the Pogues. I know that everybody who thinks they're like cool thinks the Pogues their favourite Christmas song, but I've loved it like for as long as I can remember. Definitely because it says, "You scumbag, you maggot, you cheap lousy faggot," and I've just loved that since I was a kid. But as I've grown older, I just like that it's festive and Christmassy, but without trying too hard. It's not cheesy. It's just a good song. I like the different take on Christmas that it gives, and the fact that like the lead singer's voice just, he can't even sing. It's awful, but amazing. So yeah, that is my favourite Christmas song. When do you put up your Christmas tree? Well, this is up for debate in my house because I believe that we have always put it up on the 1st of December. Mike, however, tells me that has never happened. I know that when I lived with my mum, we used to always put it up on the 12th. We'd put it up on the 12th of December and take it down on the 12th of January. But then it'd also get earlier and earlier because my birthday is the 11th of January and my mum's is the 12th of January, so we'd always say then we want it down before our birthdays. So I don't actually know the answer to this question. I think it's different, it depends what's happening in the year, but generally I want to get it up as early as possible, and for me the 1st of December or the weekend closest to is the best time, but apparently it's the weekend closest to the 12th. We're putting it up this weekend. We weren't going to put it up, but we are. So that will be the 11th. That's going up. It's going up tomorrow. Number 4, do you peek at gifts or do you like a surprise? I'm not a peeker because I do like a surprise, but I am amazingly good at knowing what's in every present. So I can pick up a present, feel it and say, it's this. Down to the point of if it's a CD, for some reason I can tell you what the CD is. Not just that it's the shape of a CD. Like, last year I picked up a CD and straight away I said to Mike, this is One Direction's album, isn't it? And he was just like, how do you know? And I don't know why, I've just got a gift. Even like books, I've picked up books and said this book's this, isn't it? I know it's because I've said things like as I've been walking around and then Mike must have like heard what I was muttering that I wanted. So I know what it is, so I kind of pick it up and say, well I wanted that, so it must be this. But even if it's something that I wasn't expecting at all, it seems to just come out of nowhere. So I don't know why I'm so freakishly good at it, but I am freakishly good at guessing what presents are. So I like surprises. I don't peek. I have a feel, but I don't have a peek. But I still always know what I'm getting. Who would you like to kiss under the mistletoe? Well, I've got to be honest and say my husband, haven't I? Because I am married and him. But if we're thinking of like celebrity crush, my ultimate celebrity crush is Adam Brody, who is Seth Cohen from the OC. If any of you ever watched that. So if I could kiss anybody under the mistletoe, it'd be Adam Brody. Do you have any Christmas traditions? Really anymore, not now I'm older. I used to have quite a lot when I was younger and lived with my mum. Like me and my sister every Christmas Eve would watch Muppets Christmas Carol. And we had to watch the Muppets version, it couldn't be any other version of the Christmas Carol. We used to go to bed at about, I don't know, about 7:30, 8, and we'd go into my sister's bedroom and we'd both get in her bed and we'd watch Muppets Christmas Carol. Blah, blah, blah. We'd watch Muppets Christmas Carol in her bed, and that was just something we did every year. I'd fall asleep in her room and then my mum or my stepdad would come, take me out of my sister's room and put me back in my own bed. And then in the morning we'd wake up and run down together. Other than that, we don't really have that many traditions because with our family it's always up in there as to who's where and what's going on, so we can't really get used to a certain pattern. My mum and my sister are both nurses, so they work shifts. Sometimes it could be working Christmas Day, or it might be that we then have our Christmas on really early or really late, or we could then be having most of our celebrations and meals and things on Boxing Day. So the only thing that we definitely have as a tradition that we always do is we always buy a new bauble every year. So since I was a kid, my mum has bought me a new bauble every year. I pick it and I tend to try and find one that I feel is quite apt for the year. We used to have one for my sister, one for me, and we filled up the tree. And then when we moved out, we took our baubles with us. So I have some of them on the tree now, and then I've continued that tradition. So I bought Teddy, I bought a new bauble last year and a new one this year, and I try and get me and Mike one for the year. So we've had one with like a little house on it when we got our new house. I'm trying to find a Mr. and Mrs. because we got married this year. So yeah, that's the only tradition that I do really have, is to make sure that we get a new bauble every year. Number 7, what will you be wearing on Christmas Day? I will probably wear something a bit like this, to be honest. I like to feel like I look festive on Christmas Day. So I will wear pyjamas for as long as possible. Normally I would wear them all day, and I would try and have some kind of festive pyjama, or if I get new pyjamas on Christmas Day, I'll wear the ones that I've had on to a certain point and then put my new pyjamas on. But this year we're now changed our plans, which you will know more about if you watch my 3 weeks before Christmas video. So I'm actually going out for my Christmas dinner now, so I am going to have to get dressed. But I'm either going to wear something like this so I feel like I look festive, or just a nice Christmas jumper and comfy pants. And I'm not going to be going all glam, I just want to feel nice and comfy but also really, really festive. What does your Christmas Day look like? As I've mentioned, it can be different every year. It's really hard to say what it always looks like. We have that thing as well of sometimes we'll spend it with my mum, we spend it with Mike's mum, we spend it with Mike's sister and her family, we spend it with my sister and her family. So we just kind of move around, so no year is the same. If it was a typical year where me and Mike were hosting all of it, then it would be get up in the morning, as whenever we wake up, usually quite early, I'd say about 8:30. It's probably not early to some people, but that's early to us. Get up about 8:30, have either a Bellini or Bucks Fizz, and then we'll have breakfast, which is usually like some kind of bagel thing. Mike loves bagels, salmon and cream cheese. I'll have bagels, bacon and cream cheese. And then we'll open a few presents, but take our time. I like to do it leisurely and make it last. Open a few presents, make sure we have some kind of Christmassy music on whilst we're doing that, just chat and just enjoy it. Obviously my mum is either usually here already because she'll stay over, or she'll come and watch us open all our presents. So yeah, we'll all exchange gifts and open them. Then at that point, if there's something that I want to put on that I've got for Christmas, I'll come back up, get ready, get myself all sorted. Then we'll go back down, probably watch a Christmas film whilst we start cooking Christmas dinner. Eat Christmas dinner at about 5-ish, 5, 6-ish. Not usually later. We normally have tea later than that, but on Christmas Day we don't usually have any later than that. And then sometimes, it depends again, this is a typical day if we had it here, family members would then come here, and then we have kind of like a supper where we'll watch Christmas things on TV, have a chat, everyone will talk about what they've got for Christmas and just what we all want for the new year, and just have a nice little family time. So that's usually like my uncle, my auntie, my cousins, my granddad, my sister, her kids. We just all come together and have like a nice family evening. So that's what we do. And then for Boxing Day we all kind of come together again. It's my nephew's birthday on Boxing Day, so it used to be a continuation of Christmas, but now we're trying to make it that it's his birthday because it's rubbish enough that that's when his birthday is. So we're trying to make a big effort, and we want him to know that it's his day. Have you ever had any Christmas Day disasters? Yes. When we first moved into this house 2 years ago, me and Mike decided that we were doing Christmas dinner. Even though we'd moved in on the 28th of November, we still wanted to have Christmas here. Because one of the things that we loved about the house was the nice cosy cottage feel that it had, so we really wanted to have our first Christmas in our new house, in the house, and not go anywhere. So we'd cooked Christmas dinner the year before and it had been perfect, so me and Mike thought we were experts. It was the best turkey we'd ever had, so we were saying, right, we'll do it again because we are amazing at cooking turkey. Yeah, it was moist, it was beautiful. I have never liked turkey for my Christmas dinner, but this was just perfect. Anyway, we came to do it again, and I thought I'd got used to the settings on the oven, so I twisted it to what I thought was on. Mike came in and was like, oh, that's not on that's not how you use the oven. And I was like, well, it is, that's the one that's on. And he said, no, it's this one. So we turned it. Mike knows everything, and he's always right, even if he's wrong, he's right. So I was like, right, fine, yeah, you know more than me, I'll accept that you are right on this one. Cooked the turkey for the time that you were meant to cook it for, cooked it for hours. Even left it in a little bit longer because we were like, well, you can never be too sure with turkey, so I'd rather we cooked it properly. We'd been basting all the way through, looking after it, it was beautiful. We went to cut into it and it was raw. The outside was all perfectly crisp, but inside it was just raw. So we tried to eat it and my mum was like, this is tough, Lauren, this isn't cooked, we shouldn't be eating turkey if it's not cooked. So we tried to put it back in the oven, but because we'd cut into it, it just started getting drier and drier and drier. Still wasn't cooking properly. Then we ended up putting bits in the microwave to try and fix it, and it was disgusting. It was uncooked, we couldn't eat it. And then tried to cook it more the next day to try and like use the stuff, because I thought it's a massive waste of a turkey here. And it just smelled like wet dogs. So I tried to use then the leftovers and stuff to make some kind of turkey soup. Oh, the smell was just horrendous. It was disgusting. So our first Christmas dinner in here was an absolute fail. What would you like for Christmas? I don't really know this year. I've been really hard. Loads of people like to buy for. My mum's asked me what do I want, Mike's asked me what do I want. There's nothing that I really want. Mike's bought me a few little bits because I'm getting so into all of this YouTube-ness. I think I've asked for a few little bits for that because when I'm editing downstairs I don't like him to hear my voice, so I keep wearing earphones. So I want some nice ones that don't like go in my ears and hurt me, but like over-ear ones. That's it really. What has been your highlight of 2016? It has to be getting married. We've had a pretty rubbish year and a lot of people around us have had a really rubbish year, but that day everything just came together, everyone had a really nice day. Well, most people had a really nice day. Me and Mike did. It just felt so carefree on that day. Everyone was so like pleased to see Teddy, and people who've never held him or been around him were all cuddling him and holding him, and he had a really, like, he was so good all day. My auntie looked after him for us, but he was so good all day, and me and Mike were able to just kind of feel free from everything and just really enjoy the day. I felt like a princess and everyone was just so loving and so generous, and it was just a really nice day. And now I am Mrs. Pound. Number 12, final question. Will you be making any resolutions for 2017? No. I don't feel like anything ever goes to plan, so I think it's better to not plan. I'm not really making any resolutions, I'm not really hoping for anything. I'm just going to see what the new year brings. Obviously the typical thing, like obviously I'd like to lose a little bit more weight, I'd like to be healthier, I'd like to eat better, but I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I am not going to make myself feel guilty for not sticking to any kind of resolution by making a resolution. So I am just going to go into 2017 hoping that I'm going to be open for whatever it brings me and just feel nice and positive and energised from the fact that it's a complete change. I'm moving into my new house. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves to be things that we don't need to be. So I'm just being me next year and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm just going to enjoy it and do it and be happy, hopefully. So yeah, no resolutions for me. So yeah, that is the end of the Christmas tag video. I really like this one. I feel like I was able to kind of be me more and say more about me as a person in this one. So yeah, this was a really good video. If you want to join in with it, I will put the questions down below so you can then film the video yourself. I'd love to see those. If you do that, make sure you If you do it, then please comment below and let me know about your channel so then I can come and have a look at the video as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you've liked this video, please will you give it a thumbs up. And there are so many other people involved in this chain, so if you could just put the tag into the search box, you'll be able to find loads of other people who've done the same thing and have a whole day just binging on these kinds of videos. I know that's exactly what I'm going to be doing all day. Make sure you have a look for the videos and I shall see you tomorrow.